Today about Cloud Steel connections. Once again, I was getting back to the office a couple of minutes ago. This is Czech Republic right now. Heavy snow, very hard to reach customers. That's why we want to do a new cloud service to make it possible to do good stuff with the structural engineers remotely. Recap from reseller meeting. New cloud service limited against the desktop, aim for the low and mid segment, have something for the really high-end tailor-made projects, have a limited trial usage, and keep the local point of support. Okay. As for the revenue and business, I was very happy that that you wanted this to be a revenue channel, and we will do it like that. Pricing, we set between 60 to 100 euros a month, then have time-based subscriptions, have some special offer for current users, and split the margin from this same way as we do for desktop. We have to account for the cloud costs, of course, but do not change this principle of revenue sharing. So this was the key outcomes from Prague. Then we took it and we finished the service. And one of the most important questions was how to position it against the desktop version we have. Any topology, any loading in minutes. That's how we sell today. That's the value proposition we have for structural engineers and fabricators in all the countries. And we will do something different with the cloud. And that is 300 connections in seconds online. And this is not to replace it. We will have two possible value propositions for the customers, the desktop and the cloud, and they do not have to and will not overlap too much. Cloud is for the masses, very easy to use in seconds, keep it in cloud. Who wants any topology goes for desktop. The big topic was how to limit the trial usage. There's two important things to balance. How we want to control and have a good grip on who is actually using it, and how automated it should be, how easy to the application should be to start using it. If we have a old school system of approving every customer and giving him a trial, that's a low level of abuse. It's kind of safe, but it's hard to start the application. Other approach is to automate it somehow, the free usage limited, except that there will be some free riders, there will be extra costs for the cloud calculations because someone might abuse it, but it has a potential to get viral and to spread easily. And for the beta, we chose to go with the second option, to create it so it can get viral. And the difference between the free and paid service, we set the threshold, the line, we set it in report. So you can use the whole service without registration until you get a free one-page summary. And only if you request a detailed report, as is in the desktop application, then you have to subscribe. During beta, it will be this will be for free as well, but that's the threshold. And we will show it. We have prepared 6 examples: T connection, splice connection, lead connection, one footing, truss connection, to demonstrate it live. I will hand it over to Lubos, who will guide us through the first public 6 examples of this service.
Jura, you gave a presenter to me, so I will maybe try to put it to Luboš.
Do we have Luboš here?
Probably.
Very well. So
I don't see Luboš as in a staff.
he's probably in the attendees. Let me check that. Well, I can't see him. Okay, we'll wait for Luboš to join. I will continue in the presentation in the meantime to go over more stuff that we have with it. All right. So now you can see my screen again, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Pricing. We came up with this set of kickoff prices based on what we've talked in Prague. If you want to have it for 1 month, 75 euros. If you subscribe for 3 or 12 months, monthly it's 55 or 49. So the most effective price for this, getting to 600 euros annually if you subscribe for 12 months. That means monthly. We will always bill them monthly, and also present the price on a monthly basis, so it looks a little bit lower. We will have an option to use vouchers to get the price down locally and use it in promotions if necessary. But this will be an official price list available to everybody, and we have to have only one price for that. The tailor-made offering, let's do that. If customers, the bigger companies, are excited about our service, we can work with them and create a tailor-made application for them to use. But let's be realistic what is effective. We only want to do tailor-made projects that will be around 500 euros monthly. So it's a good business for you as well as for us. So we said this.
I'm here.
Very well. Welcome.
To be. Yeah.
I will make you presenter and let's do the demo.
Sorry for my being late. I were already in the clouds.
There you go. You now should be the presenter. Yes, we can see that.
Okay. So we have ready this new service on the web, and sorry. We have prepared for 2 codes, for Eurocode, for American code, and if you start it, you can choose from one of this group of connections. Let's start with this one, and this is the first page. We call it design or configuration. You can switch these basic configurations. You can rotate the column. You can use this rectangular row section or this one. So let's go back. Try for instance this. We can add stiffener. We can delete this one. We can say it is bolted like that. Yeah, and we can go to check part, input some loads. And calculate. Yeah, you see directly, you see the results, and we have some trouble with welds, so we can modify them. This is only one side weld, so let's click two sides and calculate again. It's still not okay, so we can play now with the stiffness of the weld. We give the possibility to change the size with the wheel on the mouse or only with arrows on the keyboard. So we do this. It is still not enough. Let's put the 6. Now see, everything is okay. You know this traffic light presentation, so you directly see the situation on the screen. You can go to the report. As we said, we have summary report. It is quite brief, but there is a description of columns. There are loads. You have the picture of the connection. You can change the position and you can print it. This is print which you can do, and this is still everybody can do it. It is for free. If you switch to detailed, you have this information about subscriptions. And if you want to get a detailed report, you have to sign in. Okay, sign in. I'm here now, and I can say refresh report. This is the longest part of this service, but you have the completely the same report as we provide in desktop application. You can add some more things like more pictures of results, theoretical background, drawing of plates, etc. So it was first example, and we can go for another ones like this one. It is splice connection. Again, we can have more types. We can do it with such plates, or all of them. You can weld it, you can bolt it, something like that. Again, go to and say maybe 300, then calculate. And we can you can design your connection here. Maybe I increase the force. Now you see it is green. We can play with it. For instance, we try to decrease the thickness of the flange. So that is only 10. Let's make it only 10 millimeters. It is still okay. So let's put 8. And you can design your connection as you wish. Still okay. So again, we can go to the report. You see the summary. You can add the name of the project. Yeah, these things are here. You can print it. You can sell it. Let's try another one. We have column bases. Again, we can make with I section, with tube, with hollow core section like this one, with stiffeners or without stiffeners, with more bolts. Let's put there something, minus 250, 30, calculate. Now anchors are not satisfactory, so we can play, as you know, from desktop with the offset. So make it bigger, 200. Calculate again. Still, but it is 150. So let's make the length bigger. We can add washer and still increase the offset. Now we have 104, so maybe this, and it will be, now it is orange, so the connection is okay. You can play with the size of stiffeners, like let's make it smaller. Still, now again see that something is wrong, so it was not a good idea. Let's go back, and you can play and play. Or I can make this stiffer. We are almost in the range. Again, this is our report. This we can print, and so on. Another one, we have, for instance, this beam to beam connection on one side, two sides. It can be bolted, can be with cleat. The cleat can be welded, can be bolted on both legs, on one leg, on second leg. So maybe this one. Go to this. Let's say minus 15. Calculate. Yeah, and results are here. Another option, go to type again. I think we did not see this one. Again, it's one side, two side on this axis or weaker axis. Again, we can have this column or column in this position. Can be used with cleat, but cleat now must be welded to the column, so it can be done like this. Okay, again, we have already something here. Calculate. And we have results. Again, we can optimize the size of cleat. If we speak about cleat, we have a database of all cleats here. So you can change it from this one to 65, no, 5, no, 65, 7, 65, okay. This smaller, calculate. Now there is the message, same message as we have in the desktop. Bolts are to close. You can modify the size of the cleat either with this way, or you can do it directly with wheel of the mouse, or with arrows. You can click on it, directly change it. So we try to gamify this application a little bit. The last one is this one, the tubes. You know that you can add this diagonals. You can add this one. You can put. You can make it 3D. So such joint we can calculate. For instance, this we can switch on, switch off. And again, we have complete solution for that. You can play with cross sections like this. Vertical, this is too big. Maybe make it. It's better to do it in this case with. Yeah, something like that. And of course we can calculate. You can see the forces where they are calculated, and I think it's the forces are quite small, but you see this results very soon. And again, we can go to the report. We can switch to detailed, refresh. And that's it. We make tests this morning. We try 10 people, and one moment we try to calculate, and it seems that it works quite nice. There are no problems. Everybody get the results in reasonable time. Of course, somebody has some delay if the server is occupied, but the results are quite okay. So you can add, for instance, theoretical background here, make refresh, wait a bit, and that's it. You know this from desktop version. Everything is here, the same as we have in the desktop. So I make this demo quite fast without too many details. Maybe if you have some questions later, I can show more, but now I put it back to Juraj.
Yep. We have some questions, so let's cover them. The first one is from Zoltan. Where is the possibility to displace the shear force in these hinged connections, or it is automatically calculated in this application?
Here, this is not there, and we work on automatic calculation of the position of shear force, but now it is not there.
All right. The next question: can I open the cloud files on the desktop version?
Yes, you can. When you have the project, you can save it, and then or not. This is not this file. This is cloud version. So sorry for I did not understand properly. You can save your project here and open it here again, but not yet in desktop version.
Okay, so open it at any other web browser at any machine, but still not fully compatible with the desktop version. Yep. Another question: for a beam column connection check, it's useful to know if connection is rigid or semi-rigid. Is this information mentioned in the cloud application? Not that exactly has to be the stiffness value displayed, but at least to inform if connection is rigid or semi-rigid.
No, this analysis is not done here.
So that's the threshold between the cloud and the desktop, or one of the differentiators.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which browsers are supported? Let's take it from another angle. Which are not supported? We are still working on Safari on MacBooks. It works on iPhones. It works very solidly on iPhones also, but the Chrome, Opera, Internet Explorer, Edge, Mozilla, the basic set is there. The only one from the most widespread browsers still to be optimized is Safari. Should be done by the end of this week. Next question is related to that. Can you run this at iPad? You can. You can run it on an iPhone as well. It's not still it's not an optimized app for iPad, so you can run it in the browser. You can get around. It's perfectly possible to design your joint. I can do that on my iPhone. We will probably create an app for phones and iPads in upcoming months to make it easier, because even though the design is optimized, it's optimized for normal screens, so to speak. So for iPads and iPhones, it makes sense to do an app.
But you see how the user interface is changed. Yeah?
Yep.
On smaller screen.
Yep. We have two more questions from Theodore. I unmuted you, Theodore. Try to use your mic, please.
Yes. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Hi, Theodore.
Hi. Thank you for the webinar, first of all. So I have two questions so far. First one is, what we see right now, is this the finished version? Is this the ultimate goal, let's say, of the application, or there will be other features implemented in the future? So what is my question is this the final tool that we want to have, or it's just the first version of it?
It is the start. It's launch of new technology, and we will see the reaction, and if the interest is good, we will improve it much more. We can add directly new types of connections. Because this is based on templates. So we can prepare a new set, or you can prepare the set of new templates, and we can add new group quite soon and quite easy.
Yep. Yeah, but Theo is asking a good question, that if the line between the desktop and the cloud will actually be there, right?
Exactly, because I see some things that are some very important things that are missing right now. Because if we take, for example, the base plate connection that you showed us earlier, I saw, for example, that if you add stiffeners, you only have the possibility to add 4 stiffeners, 1 on each side. So maybe if someone wants to add 2 stiffeners on one side, is this something that we think that would be useful in the future, or is it something that we don't want to have because it might get the line between
Yep.
the desktop
Yep.
and the
You can have, for instance, this.
so
Yeah.
that's my basically my question.
Yep.
This is completely open. These decisions, and it's up to us where we go. Yeah, and if we want to compete with our standalone solution or not.
Yeah, that's basically my question.
Yeah. We can do simple changes in the topology possibilities, but it's fair to say that 2017 we cannot implement much more in terms of new functionality. So in the short term, it will be those, we counted almost 300 possibilities of topologies and types of joints. To really make it, if you take all the tools for standard joint design and you put them together, it's all here and something more. So that's the idea behind it. And that should be the clear message, that if you want to do the general stuff, you go for desktop.
Okay. My second question has to do with the cloud service. So at the moment, Lubos, you mentioned earlier that you tested it with 10 people working at the same time and analyzing a connection, and it's working without any problems. But my question is, what happens when this is launched and we have like 1,000 users and they are all analyzing at the same moment? Is there a way to test it?
It will be a very nice situation to solve.
Yeah, but we are prepared for that. We have it's running on Microsoft Azure service, and we have the scalable server set up. So we currently have 2 servers running for it, and we are finalizing a rule that once there's certain capacity is reached in terms of computational power, another server is hooked up to our service. So it will scale up and down based on how many people we get there.
Okay.
Yeah, and it would be really nice to try this during beta. That means in the next 2 months to get solid traffic there. So so we get to test this. That would be great.
Yeah, but I think that a number of 1,000 is very easy to be reached, because if we count in every country, let's say 50 people will test it. If you gather all these people, you will easily reach a number.
Yeah, that's correct. But it's about the density also. That if we have, because that's really, we had, Lubos is saying 10, but it was 15 users at the exact second. And that's really hard to get, right? Yeah. If you have 100 people during the day, that's still a solid 14 hours. So you can, so it somehow splits. But we tested this extreme case, and works fine. And it. Yeah, let's spread it out so we can. I like how you're optimistic. I actually have the goal for the beta in the presentations. It's lower than your number, so I probably change it before we get to that slide. All right, some more questions from Jochen. What about Android phones, tablets? That's the same. It works for. We tested it on Samsungs and Huawei's and stuff like that. Yeah, you can get around. What about the support? We will offer support for this cloud service very well. That's also discussed in Prague. And we want to, first of all, keep it as your customer. So that means if it is a customer of Construsoft Spain in Spain, Construsoft should be responsible for this. Then the other question is, how much support do we get from this? If we do not have any links to Tekla, we do not have general modeling, we do not have licensing issues here. So we know how the help desk looks like, and if we take out all these, 90% of tickets disappear. So it's we are very optimistic that this can be run in a way that we do not get much support, but you get questions from customers about how they use it and stuff like that. So it's a good way to talk to them. But if they have a question, it should go through the reseller. Another question from Albert. Yes, it's about the files. generated in the cloud so it can be opened in the desktop. Definitely. That Albert is asking if we can do that in the future. I'm pretty
Yes,
sure we can.
Yes,
Yeah,
we can.
it's a very good comment. It's a very good comment. Let me go through some more topics about this, and then we can do more questions. I will take the presenter back. All right. Okay. Very well. So we show the examples. Sum up the price. 3 configurations, just to be sure. It includes maintenance. It's a standard subscription. 75, 55, 49. The tailor-made projects have a threshold, so the customers do not abuse us with setting up a private clone of that cloud if it's not really worth it. And now we can take a closer look on how the customers should flow. We will have a new page at our website. I have it in the draft. It's not public yet. Hope you can see it. It's a summary fast service. That's the value proposition. 300 connections in seconds online. Short description. Idelstatica connection cloud. Because here we will have, it's a standard is desktop. We will add it there, so it clearly says that is cloud. Here we have 3 quick videos. Do the footing checked again for Eurocode in 50 seconds. Do a bolted plate-to-plate connection in 40. Spliced connection in 35. A little bit of explanation and call for action. Start your cloud project, and also get to know about the pricing. Very simple. This will be it. No other explanations and guidelines. Explain what it is and start using it. It's very simple. When they click it, they go to the configurator, which is should be self-explanatory. We do not want user guides for this. We do not want tutorials. We do not want advanced workshops on how to use this. We should make it in a way that people just get along with it. And we want to put this online, but in a way that it's not just at our website. We will have this welcome page at our website, that's correct, but the launching application of the cloud, it has its own link. We can discuss what it should be, and we can access it directly from your websites. You'll be very happy if that a lot of the customers go to the launching screen of the application, not through our website, but through your website. That we have those simple descriptions for in Spanish, Polish, German, Italian, very easily done, and then go directly to the cloud. A small example we put together with Constructors of Spain. We can see prospect of Constructors of Spain going to website of Constructors of Spain, reads about the cloud in Spanish on Constructors of websites, and then when he clicks on Calcular, which is Spanish for calculate, he's redirected to the welcome page of the cloud. So this is the Constructors of website. He clicks somewhere Calcular, and he goes to front page of the cloud application in Spanish. So he can see that he wants to do Empalme de Pilares, and he continues to do that in Spanish. He chooses one of the subscriptions if he's not okay with the summary, and he gets a full report in Spanish. So we would be very happy if your customers feel like they are in the native environment you create for them, with all your mailings and social media and workshops. You can present it and and take advantage of that quite easy localization. It's much less work to translate it than the desktop version. And this is quite new in terms of how we share this and do this together. Again, we strongly believe there will not be much to support. In our help desk, there is in the last 4 months there is I think 900 tickets, support issues. If we take out Tekla link, all the other links, licensing, general operations, really pushing the software to the limit in its any topology, any loading way, there is very little view of support to do. And one of the things to do in beta is to make sure that it's really self-explanatory and there is not much to support. We want to keep the same point of support as for desktop licenses. That means for the reseller to give you a door opener, to give you a very good tool for getting attention with this service, and that's really something new for us, is that we'll process all the payments, and actually monthly, based on all the subscriptions we get from you, from your customers, you invoice us. It's kind of cool, don't you think? And we'll be happy if you invoice us a lot. The next steps, how to take this to the market. We've put together a beta version or a beta period. We will launch the beta next Monday, and it will run to 14th of April 2017. Until then, you will receive the private link and some more information on that. We will have this free after sign-in, so everybody can use it, even with a detailed report. Let's spread this as much as possible and collect the feedback. We've prepared a survey for that in English. You can create yours in local languages. If we have a theory about trial usage, what is the good way, how to split it, that we will give the free summary and paid subscription, detailed report. If we found out that we need to change that, let's do it if it is necessary. And important thing is also how data intensive is it to run this cloud service, average user, etc., etc. So we can finalize the pricing and also the cloud costs internally, so we know how much all this costs us actually. And on the 14th of April, I was thinking about the goal that we should get at least 500 people registered. That means they play with it and they sign in, and at least 250 who fill our survey. Theodore already put us on another level, so he said at least 1,000, right? And let's say it might be at least 350 surveyed. Let me check the survey we created. It's in the application. We will use that in mailings. Questions that are of importance: how easy was it to navigate through the cloud application? How were you satisfied with output reports? Compared to other tools for steel connection design, you got results. How easier? In your own words, what would you like most about this? New service? What would you improve? How likely are you to purchase a subscription after beta ends? Any other comments? Contact information. I will send this link to you as well. If you have any suggestion how to make the survey better, let's do that this week. So when we go live on Monday, we have the final version and we don't have to change it on the way. Right. And after that, after the beta, we go live. It's me on the 15th of April. Until then, let's translate this if necessary. If you want to have a local version, we will give you the strings as we do for desktop applications. It's quite easy, not that much of work. Provide translation by approximately half of March, the sooner the better. Create your gateways, the simple websites. We will provide you the text, videos, and images. We use them, so you can create that easily. And let's on the 15th of April, that's the sharp commercial start of the application. Our industry is really not used to pay for stuff online in the cloud yet. So if we get a first one, that's a game changer. But it really, for 2017, our goal is at least 150 people paying for this. That will be a success. That we really came up with something that is acceptable and makes sense. 150 paying. I can put it here. That will make us very happy. 150 paying engineers as of that will prove that we came up with the good stuff. That really makes sense. If we have 10 or 15, it's probably a tool, and then we can discuss it if it is useful in other way or not. But if this should be a revenue channel, something like this is a goal for this year to prove it.
Uri, can I ask a question?
Sure.
A very important thing to help us put all of these things into perspective is to know about competition. So what do we know about competition? Because I know that there are some cloud services.
Yeah.
Already. So what
very
exactly is the situation? If you made any survey on that,
yep.
That would be great.
Perfect. We have, as you know, we have the competitor analysis for the desktop versions. Let me quickly open that. When we analyze the software that is currently available, and let me close this. So you probably all know it, right? That we have group of standard software using the component method and a group of companies that use finite elements. It's basically only one from Italy, and we have the differentiators here. For the cloud, we have there's basically the competition is the same, right? Because primarily we are doing standard connections here, so it's the value proposition is to stop using your desktop and start using this. And what is in the cloud? That's basically two solutions. We have QNect for Tekla, right? Yep, QNect for Tekla, and we have the Greek EC-Wix. I'm running it right. I have a new computer, so I don't have it in history. EC. Help me out here a little bit.
I think it's EG.
EG.
I don't.
EG
like
Wix. Yep. Is it?
It's Etrix. ET
Wix. Okay. ET Wix structural. Let's go that. Yep. Yep. That's probably something else. Let's. Yep. I have it in the history of the browser, but it's just when you see. But I will get it. EC-Wix. EC-Wix.com. EC-Wix.com. All right. So there's basically these two providers. Let's start with the EC-Wix. It's a cloud platform for cloud calculations. They have joins as well, but it's aimed for all the members of structures in their steel connection design. It's a component-based method behind it. So in terms of what they can calculate, it's the same thing as here. That analysis method, these all apply. They have it in the cloud, which is an improvement, right? It's an advantage. Now we have it in cloud as well. So now we create what they can calculate, which is honestly 40, 50 types, maybe, of connections, and we have 3-4 times more of it, and we believe in a more in a more pleasant and easy to use way. And the next competitor is related to Tekla user base. That's called QNect. Really cool guys. That's the former president of Tekla is behind it, and they came up with a cloud-based plugin for Tekla structures, which enables you to basically take a Tekla project and suggest or optimize to some extent all the steel joints behind it. In terms of computation, in terms of topology and what they can design, it's the component method again. So they can do those standard cases like in the desktop versions of these programs. But QNect is very good with the parameterization. They can do 50 connections at once, even though the standard one. So that's a neat software. That's for sure. Yep. So it has strong features in the parameterization. In terms of what you can actually calculate and check, it's still, as all the other competitors, limited by definition, limited by the solver and the method used inside. If you Googled something else, please let us know. We will explore this, and I will update this competitor comparison Excel spreadsheet for the cloud. Yep. We also have a new company in Italy trying to do finite element connections to be released next year. Yeah, probably. We checked it at last year's event there. So there probably might be another Italian company here with a FEM connection or something like that, but really in early stage. Yep. And then there probably is a copycat somewhere out there who is copying us very intensively. So, but as of today, it's nothing else. Did any of you have find out any other cloud services for cloud connection design or the structural design in general? Let me check the questions if we have something here. Yep. So I will take it from the top. So yes, Rave is asking for input of loads. Can we copy and paste from Excel spreadsheet? A very good question. I personally like this feature. It's not there, but it will be, right, Luboš?
Yes.
Very well. Very well. Very well. Correct. Is this free for students? Very good question, Lene. Our idea is that we can create an academic version of this, because as it is in the cloud already, majority of work is done. So now it's about repackaging it. So we can do a academic version of this, limit the types of connections even more, and give this out for free completely for the universities. But that also means for everybody, because the link will eventually leak. We've been working on this with Professor Wald to create a complex system how to educate people in steel connection design, and a simple free academic version for this focused on the examples used in the courses at the universities is perfectly possible. Guillaume is asking, can I see in the cloud version, the equivalent stresses and plastic strain in the elements and plates?
It can be visible in the detailed report. It is not in the general environment user interface, but in the report we have the same results as we provide in desktop version. So in this page of report you can click on this option, and then you have these pictures in the report.
Albert is asking if it is needed to register first before use Cloud-free. In beta, you only register and get the full report. When we are in the commercial phase, you don't have to register, you get the summary. You don't have to register, you get the summary. If you want the full report, then you have to register and purchase. And we are able to track all the actions there, so we will see who's coming to the website, who's how much time did they spend on the configurator, which types of connections they chose, if they went to report, how many reports did they generate, and stuff like that. It's all linked to Google Analytics, and we will be sharing these reports with you. Reddy from Singapore is rightly pointing out that we need to solve out how it is with taxes when billing customers and then us between us. That's fair enough. We will discuss that privately, as it is of course much easier to in Europe. That's one system. Yeah, correct. During the purchase process, the customer will choose its point of support. Let me give you an example for the desktop version. If you are a prospect and then you want to interested in purchase, and then we have this get contacted. So I will fill this in. I list my country, and I choose a reseller. So each of the customers, based on what who they work with, they choose their reseller. If they make a wrong choice, we verify this. So customers from other countries cannot choose resellers in other countries. We might just limit it so it automatically offers only the relevant parties, so they can choose who they want to be supported with, and we assign this the customer in the system, same as we do with the desktop license. Alex has a good question. Is there a danger that we can reduce the turnover with this tool? Because many prospects will first work with this tool and not buy the desktop version. That is a valid concern. When we were discussing the positioning, we asked ourselves a question. Will any of our customers in Czech Republic, Germany, UK, Spain, Italy, will they have bought our software, the desktop version, if it was not general, if they only have a predefined templates? And we came to a conclusion, and now you can challenge it, that they will not, that they bought it because it is general. So we came to a conclusion that if it is template based, as the cloud is, it will not motivate them to use this instead of the desktop. But that's really a theory. That's based on what we've seen, what we've discussed with people, and it might give us another impression in the first 2 months, and yeah, the only thing we can do is to put it out there and listen to what people say, and adjust if it is necessary. I like the comment of Reddy from Singapore. 600 euros a year seems too low. Well, that's up for us to decide. That's good. We have to come up with the one international price. It's yeah, that's still up for discussion. I'm happy about increasing the prices if it doesn't reduce the potential. We can always work with the discounts. So let's give it a thought. Very well. So I will send this presentation to everybody. We will share the link. We will send the materials for the website and for the videos we create. From today, you can start internally testing it. And let's go live on Monday. We are still finalizing the last glitches there, so please do not spread it to your prospects until then, and let's wait for Monday. Very well. Yep. Is there more of you that would consider increasing the price? I can see that some of the people have to already leave, but from the first feeling, what the price level we put here, because we can change that. It's not that we it's not public, right? And Beta gives us an option to the price is low. Yes, we have another. Okay, so we have Reddy from Singapore for 100 month, €1 a month. Albert from Spain wants to low price and massive distribution. Very good approach. Also, Alex from Germany also considered about the low price. Yep, Theodore in UK wants to get a little bit of feedback. And Albert is adding to this that it's important to say that we are collecting prospects to sell the desktop by this. So that's also the I'd say an extra benefit for that. It's a revenue channel, yes, but it will create a huge marketing cloud and buzz. And from that we will get prospects, and we will not get prospects for cloud connection only. We will get to a huge amount of mid to high-end engineering offices we are not yet established at. So yes, we will fill our pipelines for the desktop licenses we sell for 4,000 single. Okay, you're from Belgium. Agrees with the pricing. Jochen from Germany also. Yeah, we got a suggestion from Zoltan. The banner on the bottom left for the desktop version, dynamic image with different complicated joints, not only one, relative simple might be better. Yeah, I see what you mean, Zoltan. That's actually a good idea, that we when we launch it and we play with the standard joint, we should get the picture of didn't find your joint here. actually still recording, so my connection is getting a little bit slow. So if we should have one picture there or a dynamic set. That's a good thing to do.
This we can do.
Yep. Alex has a very good point that we need to keep explaining the difference. So that the cloud is template based, 300 connections in seconds online, no BIM links, no general shapes, no general topology. In Steel we have any topology, any loading in minutes, and linked to the workflow. And the links to Tekla structures, to Advanced Steel, to SAP 2000, those are the big differentiators of this service also. So that makes me optimistic about the possibility to lose revenue from the desktop, as it will catch their attention. But when they decide that they want to do the joints with Tekla and CI Engineer, they just need the desktop. And the question if to add BIM links to this is up for discussion for upcoming months and years, but it's not there yet, and it's on purpose. Very well. All right. So I will send the materials. I will send the survey for this, all the materials, update that, and we still have time to fine-tune this. We have beta period. Please think about how you want to spread it at your website, mailing, social media, how we want to explain it to the customers, and let's get people there. If you want to change this service, it would be much easier for us to do that if you say that 50 people from your country say it as well. So let's try to get them involved, and maybe they will tell us what they would like to see, with a slight limitation that we have to make money on that, right? All of us, somehow. And this is basically the go live is aligned with the IDEA Statica 8.0 desktop release, which is end of March. So the launch of this is 2 weeks after that, and we will keep it. There's a desktop release semi-annual, and the cloud will be the same, so it's not misleading. And we also have to keep the compatibility of all the solver functionalities behind it. So we will do we'll stick to 2 versions annually, and we will have desktop news, cloud news. Yeah, so Zoltan has a good comment that also this survey we've created should be translated to local languages. SurveyMonkey, I used it I on purpose used free version of SurveyMonkey. It doesn't have fancy pictures, but you can create this in 5 minutes. So I will send this in English. Please create your language version, or suggest a change, a new question, or edit the current one, and spread it. Very well. Very well. Let me check that if you have more questions. Yep, that's all. All right. Thank you all for coming. We will send the materials and keep sharing us what you think about this, and how we can make this a success together. Thank you all and have a nice day. Bye-bye.